Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. You know, we just got one of those really bad storms here in Virginia and things. No tornadoes, at least I hope no tornadoes. And our power's off along with a couple of thousand of our neighbors, and have no idea how long it's going to be off. But we got some severe thunderstorm warnings going through until 10 o'clock tonight. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and at least season my steaks for our dinner tonight. Fortunately, I have an umbrella that's over top of my grill outside, so whether we have the power or not, I'm going to eat. You know the old saying, the show must go on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and season my steaks, okay? These are some nice ribeye steaks. You see that fat and stuff in there? And when you're doing keto, you want the fat. And in fact, when you want a steak, you want to have marbling in there. You want to see the little streaks of white and stuff in there because that melts and that gives it more flavor. Now, what I like to do is I like to actually season it with some balsamic vinegar, which is a little bit sweet, gives it a great flavor. Worcestershire, or however you want to say it, sauce. Put some of that on top of it. Of course, the dogs are barking at who knows what. And this is a little bit of my mom's red wine that she's made years ago. Looks like I need to get some more. So we got that. I put some Montreal steak seasoning on it. Sprinkle a little bit of that. Some garlic salt. I like garlic salt. It has a little flavor to it. Not too much, but you got to have a little salt. Chipotle chili powder. I love that on everything. Some fresh ground pepper. And a pinch of coffee grounds. Then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to let that marinate for a couple hours. And what that'll do is those flavors will get infused in with the steak. Now you could do this in a plastic bag to hold it in there tight and stuff. I put it in just a regular glass pan and stuff. But what'll happen is that'll help break down the fibers and make it tenderer. Now me personally, I like my steak medium rare, hot red center. Now with this keto diet, you don't want to have too much meat, and you know you're looking at seeing all these good sized steaks. But what we'll actually do is we'll have some of this tonight, and then some of it will be lunch on a salad tomorrow. Now hopefully the power comes back on because we're supposed to have a cauliflower mash, and I need to go ahead and cook that on the stove. I could cook it out there. It's better using the blender and all that. So there you go. Look at that. And we're doing this by flashlight because the show must go on. And when the power's out, don't open the refrigerator a lot because it loses the coldness. And we don't want to lose that. So we're going to leave it just like that and put away our spices. All right. Can't work in my shop. Can't work on YouTube on my computer. No Wi-Fi. Well, I could take a nap. That's what old people do. Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. I'm actually cooking dinner. We're doing this 22-day keto challenge, and basically getting back into doing my keto. Yesterday was chilly. I haven't been able to upload the video from it because, well, the power's been off for about the last 5 hours. We had some bad storms that came through. It's, as you can see, look at this. It is dark inside. Fortunately, I have actually my stage lighting, which is battery powered, so I can put those on. So I've got my grill outside here. We're supposed to have cauliflower mash. So over here in a double boiler, I've got cauliflower steaming away, and we're gonna add some butter, some heavy cream to that, some sour cream, and some garlic salt, a little bit of pepper and things, and some parsley. And we're just gonna have to chop it up by hand. It's gonna be kind of coarse, but we'll have that. And we've got the steaks that we marinated earlier. Look at that. Ooh boy, they're gonna have that nice flavor to it. Now I got my grill good and hot in here because you want to sear in. You want to sear it really good to keep all that juice and that flavor inside of them. And then we are going to flip them over after about 5 minutes. Now me personally, oh look at that. Look at that. Ooh boy. I'm a survivalist, okay? I will survive in anything. Thanks God for Boy Scouts, you know, be prepared. So we're gonna have a nice meal here. We're gonna be eating this steak. Now you're seeing a lot of steak. Technically you're only supposed to have about 4 ounces. But what we're gonna do is, the way this recipe works is you're basically cooking the steak today, and then tomorrow it's a steak salad, so you're saving some of that. That's if it makes it through. So we're just gonna let this cook. Just gonna let it cook. Okay, I'll be back. All right, let's hope we can get this done while we still have some light. I don't know how well you guys can see the steaks here. Let's see if we can get it clear up. Okay. Look at that. Ooh. Can you see the grill marks on there? Oh, yeah. That's getting that flavor locked up in there. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to have to go old school here. I've got about a little more than a half a stick of butter here. You'll need lots of butter, of course, with keto. And we got an old fashioned style potato masher, so it's going to be kind of lumpy. I like typically to use the food processor. It really whips it up. It almost makes it like grits consistency. And you can use that mash, like if you do shrimp and grits, instead of using the grits, you can go ahead and do the cauliflower in there. So let's see if our cauliflower, yeah, see our cauliflower breaks real easily, like that. So we're going to go ahead and just take that off. I'm going to let that cook just a little bit more. I'm going to let it cook a little bit more, get a little bit softer. Side burner doesn't get quite as hot as it does on the inside, but I've got the core piece in there that's a little bit rough. But the steaks don't have too much more. So once I get the mashed cauliflower in here, I'm going to let that melt with the butter. Then I'm going to add some sour cream, some heavy cream, some salt and pepper, garlic salt, of course, and getting to rain some more. Boy, it's just raining on my parade today. Maybe we'll go ahead and move the camera this way, where it's actually up underneath of it. Maybe we'll have a little more light over here. You can see the fire. Doesn't that look pretty? This is like being old school. Caveman style. Yeah, I'm crazy. Really crazy. But I'm never going to starve. I will never, ever starve. Hopefully I'll just be a little thinner. But I don't know. Am I getting any better? Let's back this up here. See, my biggest problem is I don't have a lot of fat actually on my arms and my legs. It's like it's all in the middle. And when you carry a lot of weight in the middle, that's sugar weight, they say. So that's the worst kind. And you can hear the rain coming down here. Kind of glad that I put this canopy up here so that way I'm still good. Only thing it doesn't protect you from is lightning. Okay. There's our cauliflower. Turn that off. For a second there, I didn't know what that was that fell out. I was like, oh no! So, we're just going to mash this up and let it melt with the butter. Look at that. And when you start doing keto, after a while you get used to having things a little bit different. And you'll actually get to the point where a lot of the things that you're substituting actually have more flavor to them than what you thought. And this stuff is actually really, really good. And another thing you can do with the cauliflower that's actually really, really neat is you can take it and grate it, and you can use it like rice. In fact, I did shrimp fried rice using cauliflower and didn't tell Michael it wasn't rice, and he thought it was fantastic. Yeah, that rain is definitely coming down. And when I go back inside, I'm going to put some salt and pepper on this. And see me mashing it a little bit more here. Having the countertop makes it a little easier than mashing it in your hand. But you can do this in the food processor when you have electricity. And in that way, it's like more like potatoes whipped up. This is a little bit on the chunkier side. But let's check our steaks. Now, when you push on them, if it's soft, then that means the meat is still rare. As it gets doner, it'll firm up. So as it gets firmer, you'll know. So this is getting just about ready. That one's still really raw in there. That's really raw. That's really raw. I wish I had more light out here so you guys could really see what these guys look like. Now, the one thing with this grill, this is an inexpensive grill. It has this burner that kind of ties them all together for the gas and stuff. And so it's hotter in the front and it's cooler in the back. I mean, it works. I want to get actually a really big, heavy-duty one, commercial grade one. But you gotta have the money for that. So I'm gonna let these finish real quick. I'm gonna take these inside and I'm gonna add some sour cream and the seasonings to them while those finish up. I'll be back. All right, so we're gonna take these bad boys off. Oh boy, look at that. Holy moly. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. I need to snap a picture of this for the cover. Beef gets less for dinner. Okay, so we're going to go inside. We're going to let these rest. And actually, you probably see it a little bit better here in the light. Look at this. Ah, man. That's some steak. So we're going to let these rest for just a couple of minutes, so that way the juice and stuff will hold into it. If you cut these suckers right now, that juice will run out and then it'll get rubbery. Don't want rubbery steak. Turn off the grill here. We got our cauliflower mash ready. And we'll have like a kale salad to go with it. Perfect keto meal. Right, sorry about the poor lighting, but hey, I've only got one of my stage lights in here, and of course, we got no power. So we're going to go ahead and get everything plated now and show you exactly what we got. We're going to take one of our steaks here. Now, these are about 12-ounce steaks. It's only supposed to have about 3 ounces. But we're going to cut. That's about a medium. There we go. Look at that. Think about ribeyes. Ribeye has a really good flavor to it. And I love it. And here's our cauliflower mash right here. I know the lighting doesn't look great, but it's actually really, really nice. And we have a kale salad where we got pine nuts, we've got sunflower seeds and like almond chunks, tomatoes and stuff in here. Good thing about this salad is you buy a bag of kale, you can put it in the fridge with a couple of tomatoes and stuff, and it'll last for several days. It doesn't turn brown like your regular leaf lettuce will. So there we have it. There is dinner. Look at that. Even in the dark, we're not going to go hungry. So, perfect keto meal right there. And you can do it even when it's raining out. I'm Mark Holmes. I'll see you soon.